Hey guys and girls, I'm back with Fate Apocrypha, continuing on now with the second half of this series, episode 14 now. Alright, so gonna continue on with Sig and Astolfo's journeys here to save everybody, just like they said. Alright, it's like Kiritsugu's words don't mean shit to any of these people in this show. Alright, you can't save everybody, Shiro. Saving one person means you can't save another. You only save the people who are on your side. To save everybody means you'll eventually save no one, and you'll be left with a life full of regrets, a wasteland full of corpses, and in the end, you'll be betrayed by your ideals until the very end, living life full of regrets and having wished none of it would have ever happened. That's what it means to be a champion of justice. But no, alright, it's like Kiritsugu's a joke to all of these guys. Because in this show, Sig is like, I'm going to save everyone. I'm going to make sure no one else has to suffer. How naive of you, Sig. And then meanwhile, you got here, Amaskara Tosakarin Shuro Koto Mine. I will bring salvation to everyone. I'm going to save everyone. Again, so naive, so ignorant. Oh my god, Kiritsugu needs to smack both of these people so hard. But then again, Amaskara Tosaka Rin Shiro Koto Mine is technically Kiritsugu, right? From that back shot, that wide camera angle, stepping back overview panoramic shot of him when he had black hair 60 years ago in the forest, holding a dead iris field, right? So this guy is supposed to be Kiritsugu. So right now you got this bootleg, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just change it up a little bit. But in the end, it ended up being way shitter than the original Shiro, aka Sig, versus his somewhat of a scuffed copycat, but not copycat sort of, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just change it up a little bit so that it doesn't look the same as mine, but still ended up being rather scuffed in the end, Kiritsugu. It's son versus dad in this show. Oh my god. Let's go. Oh! Oh, no! I don't know who that person was. I couldn't even see any details on their body, but oh, they didn't get spared. Damn, got cut down while begging for their life. Oh, you're gonna need a stern spanking. To that guy, he must be like, what the... Oh, what was that? Wall slamming Sig. Oh my god, look at that. What the fuck? Well, you better take good care of me then, huh? Oh, what was that? Baka! Baka! Oh my god, the thirstiness intensifies. Oh, what? Oh my god, betrayed! Twice! I barely even knew you, little boy. Now you're gonna be sacrificed for the greater good of this giant golem. Wow. What an amazing servant you got yourselves. Amazing that they'll play this OST in the background as well. Huh? This isn't supposed to be some salvation hype moment of holiness like you did from the first time you heard this OST. This is horrific. Yeah. Now you know what masters want from their servants, right? I'm gonna pull my pants down and I expect you to follow in suit. He needs to be exterminated. Do you think you can stand? Do you think you can stand against the might of 3 servants? Huh? I'm pretty sure Sig could probably just bow mug him himself. Triggered. What the fuck? Oh my god, what was that? What was that? The fucking, even the fucking hippogriff was like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to go near that. Oh my god, how much strength does that fucking servant have, man? It's like Saber, right? OG Saber. Like... So... most of these servants, right? If they were to hit the gym, like, even though they look like a bunch of fucking high school girls, they can still bench like 400 kilos. What is... okay. What's that? Silenced machine gun sound effects. Really? Oh, so that's how he transforms into Siegfried. I didn't even recognize that he lost one of the 3 spells already. Man, if the real Siegfried was still here, life would be so much easier. And maybe that's the reason why he killed himself off. Which one doesn't fear God? Who's the one that does not fear God? All three of them? All four of them? Am I watching Fate or am I watching Sword Art Online right now? The cheese, that entire sequence of them both flying towards the screen together with their swords, screaming, and then blasting it with that laser beam. It's like that one shot from like the HoloLive, the HoloLive alternative PV, right, where you had Mio and Fubuki, okay, both go flying towards the screen, POV right in front of your face. With their swords, like, oh.
Oh, この前ぶりだな。ええ、意外に早くの再会に驚いています。まあ、そう言いなさんな。俺とあんたたちは敵じゃない。今のところですね。ああ。今のところはな。
How cute. Alright, so this episode, it was just basically everyone versus Caster's massive Adam Golem, right? Everyone versus the Eden Golem. And, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't really that amazing, okay? Like, it just reeks of just generic standard A1 pictures. The beginning of SAO levels of animation and visuals, and just... It's pretty generic. I'm not gonna lie, alright? That fight was pretty generic. It's not exactly like something I haven't seen before. It's just a whole bunch of superheroes ganging up against an oversized creature. And they're all there showing off their noble phantasms, their Ultima abilities. It's all flashy and sparkly and rainbows, some hype music in the background, and especially towards the end there, where Sig and Mordred are both flying towards the golem together, unleashing their noble phantasms together, and blasting the golem with one massive Kamehameha beam, one Rasengan, one spirit bomb right there. Like, that's not what Fate's about. Like I said, was I watching a fucking SAO montage right there, or was I watching Fate? Like, oh, it just, like, it reeks of just, like, generic seasonal fantasy-based stuff with just a Fate skin cosmetic over it, man. Like, oh my god, this show so far, I can see now why people say that this show is pretty mediocre, alright, for a Fate series, and the adaptation's been garbage by A1 Pictures. Because, that's all I gotta say about it. It's just... That's it. That's basically my opinion of this show so far, 14 episodes in. Oh. Like, here's my problem with the show, alright? Several problems. One, there are too many characters in this show. 14 servants and 14 masters for a 24 episode series is too many. Okay, because so far we've got a whole bunch of characters that have already been axed off that I didn't give a shit about, okay, and I barely knew about. That boy that's in this golem, don't care who he is. Caster, again, like, even though he had an ample amount of screen time for, you know, having 14 servants and masters worth of time to share between them all, 14 servants and him being one of the ones that received a much larger portion of the screen time so far, that's a bit generous to give this guy, because this guy has been an absolute plank of wood to watch. He's been not interesting at all, boring as fuck, alright, and his golem creations being his special ability, pretty bland, alright. And you kill off Fran when she was clearly way more interesting to watch than this guy, don't like that. Killed off Siegfried as well. Siegfried was the first to go out of these 14 servants. Definitely didn't like that. And of course, the main bad guy, Darnik, being now gone. But yeah, by the way, I didn't really mention that before in the episode where he did disappear, right? Darnik being the main bad guy who orchestrated this whole facade and Holy Grail war and made all of this headache and mess for everyone to deal with in the first place. Alright, he just got deleted. The episode where they ended up meeting Amaskara Tosaka Renshiro Kotomine. Right, he just got exorcised, okay, by Kiri Elasion, and then gone. Right, that's it, gone. Darnik just disappeared. He's supposed to be the main bad guy, and he just disappeared with no epilogue and no aftermath discussion or whatever. It's just the Tosaka Rin Amaskaro Shiro Kotomine just stole the show. It's like, hey, look at me, Darnik, hey, look at me. I'm the villain now. Okay, and then he just presses the Alt F4, the delete button on Darnik, and then you just get dusted away. Same with Vlad. Alright, what a badass, able to square up against Kana and everybody else, and then he just gets deleted like that, like, oh, okay. Anyway, so moving on, don't care about him. And yeah, we got, what, 10 episodes left? Still shit tons of servants left alive, man. I don't know how you're gonna kill off one now every single episode? Because, I don't think we've seen enough of Atalanta, right? Atalanta's barely done anything. I barely know anything about her so far this series. Ceramis, I mean, she's supposed to be the main accomplice to Shiro Kotomine, so she probably will stick around to the end. So we'll probably get a little bit more backstory and a little bit more development for her. So I guess she's probably one of the more central focused main servants of the show, like Mordred. Jan, yeah, sure, we get to have more of that. Oh, right, Jack the Ripper, right? We got 10 episodes left, and we still got to fucking deal with Jack the Ripper as well to fit this. So, 10 episodes, right? Let's think about this. 10 episodes. Now, knowing the nature of shows these days, okay, if this is a complete story, they don't end it on just, oh, bad guy dies, 2 seconds later, happy ending, and then the end credits roll. That is horrible, rushed pacing. So, if that's the case, episode 24 is an epilogue. Episode 23 is going to be probably Sig versus Amaskaro Tosaka Renshiro Kotomine. Right? So, you still have Atalanta, Achilles, Chiron to deal with. Okay, I don't know what they're going to be doing, but we have to deal with them. And then you have Jack the Ripper. Alright, unless that's going to take up a single episode. So, that's 6 episodes. So, you got 4 left. Right, 4 left in order to deal with, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe they can fit it all in time. Okay, never mind. I think it is possible. If that's all that they got left to do. Jack the Ripper, deal with those other 3 Greek heroes, and then we move on to the end boss. But even then, just saying that out loud, it seems like there's a whole lot of plot left to be done that isn't going to have time to be done. So far right now, I can tell the pacing of this is pretty bad, okay, for how many episodes we got left. We don't have a lot of time left to cover a whole lot of story. Not that there was any story to begin with, because the story in this spin-off show has been just so bland, man. Alright, so you got too many servants and masters to give enough screen time with, and not everybody can get enough justified amount of development. Sig is an absolute bland as fuck main character, alright? Like, there I said it. Like, Sig, I don't find him interesting at all. Alright, Sig is just so fucking boring, man. Holy shit, it's like watching paint dry. The story right now is just whatever. It's also somewhat not well paced because of how many episodes we got left and how many servants and other side missions and side stories, plots we got left to wrap up. And we still have to take down the main bad guy, Shiro Kotomine, which we haven't exactly learned all that much about ever since he just decided to take over the show, okay, on that episode where Darnik died, and now we suddenly have to start dealing with this guy who has barely had any development up until then. just been some mysterious character that we've just found out to have been a survivor, an incarnated servant from the previous war, much like Gilgamesh. Oh, don't know. I don't know, guys. All right. So we've got 10 episodes left to go. I'm not going to bet on having any high hopes, okay, on how this is going to develop. Maybe it proves me wrong, but for now, I'm worried, all right, with how this show's going down the road. All right. So, guys, that's all of my thoughts for episode 14, okay? A lot of pessimism, a lot of criticism for this show. All right, hope I didn't trigger any of you hardcore Fate Apocrypha fans out there too hard. And if there are any hardcore Fate Apocrypha anime adaptation fans out there, then, oh man, gotta consider your life choices a bit better. Oh my god. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. All right, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Especially subscribe. Join the Discord server. Join the Patreon. All right, guys, I very much appreciate it if you do that. Big, massive shout out to all of my existing patrons right now supporting me on the platform. Big, massive shout outs to the Sloth Troopers, Tomato, and Sailor. All right, thank you, you two, for your next extra levels of patronage and support. I very much appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Alright, guys, that is it for episode 14. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time for episode 15, alright? Continuing on with this mediocre shit train. Alright, but until then, that is it from your boy. Catch you later.